Hello friends, very most welcome to all of you in this our online lecture series. Friends, today in this lecture we will discuss mass energy equivalence relation, or it is also known as by the very famous name Einstein energy equation. Friends, here we will discuss how energy may be converted into mass and mass may be converted into energy. So we will continue in our lecture series and we will see here mass energy equivalence relation. Mass energy equivalence relation, or Einstein energy equation. It is also known by the very famous name Einstein energy equation. Friends, here we are assuming any body which are moving with velocity v, which have mass m. So we can write here, let us consider any body have mass m is moving with velocity v. So according to Newton's second law, from Newton's second law, we can write here law of motion. We can write here, what is Newton's second law? F is equal to dp by dt. Here p is linear momentum, so we can write here d by dt m. And also we have discussed and we have proved in previous lecture, mass is variable quantity, so we can write here m dv by dt plus v dm by dt. Friends, here we are assuming it is equation number 1. Here this force is acting upon the body and body is displaced by some distance. Here we are assuming ds, then some work done will be done, some work will be done on the body by this force. So we can write here the work done by the force F on the body during small displacement ds. Here we are assuming body displaced by some distance ds and F force is applied on the body. So small work done also will be done, some small work also will be done by this force, because we have assumed small displacement ds. So work done dw is equal to f ds. But friends, we have learned or we have studied in previous classes from the work energy theorem, this small work may be stored into the body as in the form of kinetic energy, because body is moving. So we can write here, or we can say here, this work may be stored in the body as kinetic energy. So kinetic energy, here we are assuming dk, so dW is equal to dk is equal to F ds. But from equation 1 we can place the value of F in this equation, and we can get here m dV by dt into ds plus v dm by dt into ds. So we can write here m dv ds by dt plus v dm ds by dt. From here we can get dw or dk is equal to, here dk is change in kinetic energy, or we can say that under this small work done it will be small kinetic energy. So dk is equal to, we can get here this result. Since ds by dt is equal to v, time rate of change of displacement, since ds by dt is equal to v, so we can write here the value of dk is equal to m dv into v plus, here at the place of ds by dt it will be v, so plus v dm into v, then it will become square. So we have found that dk is equal to m dv or mv dv plus v square dm. We are assuming here it is equation number 2. We have found the value of dk. But friends, we have proved and we have studied how mass is varies with velocity. How mass varies with velocity. Since we know that m is equal to m naught upon under root 1 minus v square by c square, we have proved and we have discussed how m is equal to m naught by under root 1 minus v square by c square is related to each other. We have discussed it in previous lecture just. So we can solve it. M square is equal to m naught square upon 1 minus v square by c square. So after solving it, we can get here from here it will be m square 1 minus v square by c square is equal to m naught square. So m square minus, we can get here after solving it, m square c square minus m square v square is equal to m naught square c square. But friends, since m naught and c are constant quantity, so after differentiation above equation we can get, and after differentiation above equation we can get here 2m dm into c square. After differentiation, c square is a constant quantity, and we will get here minus 2m dm into v square, and also minus 2v dv into m square is equal to 0 because both are constant quantity. M naught square and c square both are constant quantity, so it will be 0. Now from here we can write 2m dm c square. If we will keep both the terms into the RHS part, so we can get here 2m dm v square plus 2v dv into m square. Now from here 2m and 2m will go cancel out. We can get here dm into c square is equal to dm into v square plus m v dv. Here we are assuming equation number 3rd. It is equation number 3rd. Friends, if we will compare equation 2nd and 3rd, after comparison, equation 2nd and 3rd, we can get here equation 2nd was this and equation 3rd is this. Here we can see RHS part of both equation is same here, so we can write dm into c square is equal to dk, or dk is equal to dm into c square. Here we are assuming it is equation number 4. Friends, here we can see the most interesting result. Here dk is change in kinetic energy and dm is change in mass. Here we can see if mass is changes from m naught to m, because m naught is rest mass and m is moving mass, effective mass. So here if m is changing, then kinetic energy also is changing. So we can write it in the theoretical way such as, here we can write from equation 4, or we can say that if m is changes from m naught to m, or here we can write if mass it changes from m naught to m, then the kinetic energy will be integration of dk is equal to integration of m naught to m dm into c square. So it will be k is equal to, c square is a constant quantity, c square, and here we will get m minus m naught. Friends, here we have found two terms. One is c square into m naught and second is m into c square. But friends, here m naught is rest mass. So product of m naught into c square will be also energy, and if c square is associated with m naught and m both, then both are energy. Here also we have written k is equal to c square m into c square m naught. So it is rest mass energy. If we will see c square into m naught, then it will be rest mass energy, because m naught is rest mass. It was my assumption. So we can write here, or we can see here the total energy of body. Here we are assuming total energy E is equal to kinetic energy plus rest mass energy. Particle have both energy, rest mass energy also, and in motion it have kinetic energy. So we can write here kinetic energy will be K, or we can write here kinetic energy will be, here we have found C square m minus m naught plus rest mass energy will be m naught into C square. So we can write here C square m minus C square m naught plus m naught C square, and it will go cancel out, and we have found the total energy of moving body is equal to m into C square. Friends, this is very most famous result. This result is also known as Einstein energy equation. Einstein energy equation. Here we can see energy may be converted into mass. Energy is equal to the mass with the multiplication of speed of light, c square. This result, this is very famous result. Here we can see energy is equivalent to the mass. Also we have written the topic mass energy equivalence relation. So we have proved the mass energy equivalence relation, how mass may be converted into energy and energy may be converted into mass. Friends, what is evidence of correctness of this result? If we will see what are evidence this result is correct, or energy may be converted into mass, or mass may be converted into energy, or mass energy related to each other, what are evidence? So for evidence we can see the nuclear fission or fusion process. Nuclear fission and fusion process is a very interesting result, or analogous to the E is equal to m into c square. The significance of E is equal to m into c square is very clearly may be seen in the nuclear fission or fusion reaction or process. Friends, in nuclear fission process, a heavy nuclei may be converted or breaks into small nuclei, but if we will see initial mass of nuclei, what is nuclear fission? If a heavy nucleus breaks into the small nuclei, then this phenomena is known as nuclear fission process. But if we will see the initial mass and final mass, initial mass means we can say that before the breakup into small nuclei, mass of nucleus before breakup into the small nuclei, and final mass means here we want to say that the addition of masses, if we have considered, or as we have told you, the small nuclei, heavy nucleus is breaks into small nuclei, then mass before break into the small nuclei, and after the breaks up into the small nuclei, addition of all masses, when it has been breaks into small nuclei, then mass will not become same here. The total mass before the breaks up and after the breaks up is not same here. Why? Because during the breaking up it loses some energy, or we can say that it loses some mass in the form of energy. it loses some mass in the form of energy. So we have different masses before breaks up into small nuclei and after breaks up into small nuclei. So we can realize with this example. In nuclear fusion process also we can realize this result. When two small nuclei adds up into one nuclei and it will produce one nucleus, one heavy nucleus, then also mass is difference before the addition of nuclei and after the addition of nuclei. So why it difference will become? It difference will become because some energy will be released in both process, and hence we can say that due to loss of this energy its mass will be changed here and will be affected here. So we can realize very well in the nuclear reaction, nuclear fission or nuclear fusion process, we can realize very well this result is always correct, and this is very most famous result, and this result is known as Einstein energy equation. From this result we can get mass is related to energy and energy is related to the mass. Energy may be